I'm going to be giving you a political cartoon in about a minute's time. And when we look at an image of a political cartoon, just remember some of the things that you have to do. You gotta remember to use your background knowledge to help you understand and connect. Use what you know about the topic. Question the document. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Make that connection. See what's there, what's being shown to you. Make inferences. Read between the lines. See what's being shown to you. Connect that to your background information. And then look for clues to see what's being shown to you. Are there symbols? Are there captions? Is there a title? Look for the information that's there. Is there a source? And so when we start this discussion, I want us to remember that I want this to be a really good group discussion. So that means that you have to listen to each other. What are some other things you have to do in a group discussion?
Well, eye contact.
Good. So maintain eye contact with one another. Actually listen to each other. What else?
If you're confused, you can ask questions.
Good. Terrific. Mr. Cardino?
I would maybe use discussion questions, like I agree with you, I disagree.
Okay, good. So that's a good point. And remember, we do have our discussion starters chart in the classroom. And so if you're a little stuck and you're not sure what you want to say, you can refer to that. And all right, so I'm going to give this political cartoon. I don't want you doing anything other than analyzing it by yourself. And I'm going to give you about a minute's time just to look at it, to see what's happening. You have dry erase markers there that you can use. And I'm going to time you, so if there's something that you want to circle, please do. You have 1 minute.
A few moments later.
Okay, so that's been about a minute. You now can begin your discussion, and remember, you all have numbers, just to refresh your memories. Students 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'd like student number 2 to start the discussion. You're going to build on each other's discussion.
Okay, so what I analyzed in this cartoon so far is this man in the center of the cartoon. And it seems to me that it's Breckenridge, but I'm not really that sure. But I think it has something to do with the running, because it looks like he's jumping over something.
I noticed that the title is a political race. So to go with what Mr. Cardino was saying, I feel like that it is some kind of race. And this person in the middle, who I'm not quite yet sure, but he looks familiar. I see that he has like the longest legs. So I almost feel like he's winning this race.
The long legs definitely symbolizes the fact that this man, not only the fact that his legs are long, but he's also bigger than the other men that are running. And it just shows that he's either about to beat them or he's definitely ahead of the game. I think that's Lincoln. I'm not 100% sure.
No, talking about what we did yesterday in class, we were talking about the debate between Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas. Mr. Nicolosi, remember, put those images up? Are you paying attention? Oh,
Yeah.
the idea was that image when he had that House Divided speech, that was the image of Lincoln next to the speech. And then when you look underneath, the person below, and this is what I noticed, the idea with the jumping that you all had stated about, it almost looks like Lincoln's jumping over the character below him. So for me, again, I wanted just to add on to what Mr. Gardino was saying, the idea of a political race, that they're trying to win something. And in the background, I noticed they had this building that looks like either the White House or some sort of government building. And it looks like to me, based on what we learned yesterday, and what I'm seeing here, is that Lincoln is jumping over the other candidates in an effort to, again, win this race. I'm not sure exactly what they're racing for, though.
Okay, I agree that I think that is Lincoln, and I see him definitely ahead of the other, I guess, the candidates. But I am confused about who the people in the background are. I see it's a political race, so maybe they're running towards the White House to be president. I'm not sure, but I am confused because I see people cheering, and I don't know if they're excited or they're mad. It's hard to tell. I put question marks here because it's hard to tell what their emotion is.
Well, I would like to add on. I think that the people are possibly cheering now because they're excited that Abraham Lincoln is winning the race. And if I remember from my background knowledge that we learned, he's an abolitionist. He's anti-slavery. So I'm assuming that the crowd, the people in the cartoon are happy that this president, or potential president, is someone who's going to end slavery.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. So the idea is that this is the election of 1860.
Right,
And Lincoln is one of the four candidates. I'm assuming that these other people are the people that are running against him for, I guess, president. Would that be accurate? What do you think?
Yes.
I agree.
Senator, no less?
I agree, because he's in the White House.
Most likely.
Okay.
And maybe this was a political cartoon in the newspaper in that time to kind of tell people what was happening with the election and, you know, who was moving forward.
So, I guess the overall message, what do you think the overall message is? Because I'm a little confused. I mean, so you think the overall message was to tell people that Lincoln was winning the election?
Or maybe to vote for him so that he does win?
Or that he's in the lead, and that people, obviously in the background, they're all cheering, you know, they have their hats off to him, so that he's, you know, he's the man to change, as you mentioned, the time period with the, to abolish slavery. So
Excellent, guys, excellent. So now that you've had this excellent conversation, listening to each other, I want you to take the time now for a couple of minutes to answer that question, so we can have a fast discussion. Yes, Mr. Levine?
Can I go to the bathroom, please?
Yes, you may. You did a really good job.